ladies and gentlemen, here we have Division D East NGS. I'm your host, Moist Weenies, and we're about to see Screaming Weenies versus Not Throwing right here, right now. Shall we continue with tonight's matchup? I think we shall. This is a replay recast by Moist Weenies. I'm not going to lie, I've had a couple. I hope you enjoy. Best luck to both teams. Here we go.
Heroes, prepare for combat.
Alright. Here we go. Alright, so on blue team, for Screaming Weenies, we have Mewman 13 on Galt. We have Hoser on Phoenix. We have Grogman on Cho. We have Cinnabons on Sonya, and we have Pez on Ariel. Over here on the red team, for Not Throwing, we have Demarcon on Butcher. We have Jake Bot on Rhaegar. We have Ariana on Medivh. We have Drudley on Tassadar, and we have General Confusion on Zarya. Alright, here we go. At the very beginning here, we see Sonya popping up in the top lane, waiting for those minions. We see four from Not Throwing contesting in this bottom lane. Now we have all 5 from Not Throwing contesting in this bottom lane here. Rhaegar moving to the mid lane, soaking some XP. We are missing Screaming Weenies. Where are they? Cho'Gall taking up 2 character slots, pushing mid, but at the same time, I mean, like we have a very high spread of Not Throwing mid. We have Butcher mid. We have Tassadar top and bottom. With a rotation, Butcher going in on the Cho'Gall. Goran 13, taking a lot of damage, but getting out of there just fine. We got some portals coming down from Medivh. We're going to see rotation. Rotation from Not Throwing. I like it. That's how you win the XP game. Rotate between mid and bottom. Shrines are coming up right now. Goran here for a Screaming Weenies will claim the bottom shrine. Yes. And now we're going to see a fight. Hoser getting very, very low. Getting a good heal, but still can't teleport out. Will Hoser get out? Oh, another good heal. Jake Bot getting very low. And Rhaegar will go down. First kill going to Screaming Weenies. Demarcon, very low on Butcher. Get out of there, boy. Get out. Makes it out as well. Mid, though, getting soaked here by Bad Drudley. Good stuff. Sonya coming to possibly channel this Dragon Knight. You know, getting knocked off by Tassadar. Causing some problems. Both of these shrines right now are controlled by Screaming Weenies, so it could be a dangerous situation. Let's check in back mid. Alright, now it's a 2v1. Not Throwing doing a very good job of keeping Screaming Weenies off of this Dragon Knight, being able to channel that. We have a lot of members of Screaming Weenies bottom. We have basically 4 members here going in on Zarya. Zarya is protected, but for how long? A lot of damage coming on this bottom fort. For Not Throwing. Screaming Weenies doing a good job of trying to take some of these structural buildings here. In the top lane, Cinnabons capturing the top beacon. It's right now, all of the beacons are Screaming Weenies. Jakebot trying to take back this top from Sonya, but this is gonna be a tough matchup. Jakebot is not going to be able to basically own up against a 1v1 on a Sonya. Cinnabons blends this every time. Oh! Incorrect. Jakebot takes top. 1v1's the Sonya. Nice play for not throwing. Bottom fort, still in trouble. Got about 20% health left. And here comes Cho'Gall. Busting it out. Putting a lot of damage here. Bottom fort goes down. Alright, so we're gonna see the siege camp picked up by Hoser. Good play, a little bit of downplay. Not a whole lot going on. Bottom beacon taken by not throwing. Now they have both. They just need to send somebody to the middle to claim it. However, Cinnabon's top is going to claim the top tower. Good play. Keeps not throwing from being able to grab this Dragon Knight. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We see most of the members here of Screaming Weenies rotating top. This is the area that they feel like they need to control right now. They have this tower. Maybe they're looking for a pick. I'm not sure. Ooh. Nice portal here. Tassadar in a little bit of trouble. Taking a lot of damage. Healing up. Checking out. Cho'Gall, Phoenix, Ariel. Pushing top. Hardcore. Right now. Screaming Weenies are taking advantage of the stalemate. And they're going to go ahead and push this top fort. They already took bottom fort. Now they're trying to push top fort. Jakebot getting very, very low. Can Rhaegar get out? No, he does not. Rhaegar does drop. In the bottom lane, Cinnabons is chasing Demarcon. Demarcon is, you know, he's taking some hits. He's taking a lot of damage. He's going to teleport back. Alright, so just looking at a few of these stats here. With Butcher, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of information here. It's probably because it's a replay. But anyways, so see, not throwing. They're trying to control this bottom tower, but it's just not happening with Sonya down here. Here we go. Here goes Medivh. Trying to cause some trouble. Bad Rudley is in bad shape, but manages to cap that camp. Meanwhile, the Bruiser camp is picked up by Screaming Weenies. This is going to put a lot of pressure on this top lane, especially with that fort down. Screaming Weenies is making not throwing have to respond to this. And they are engaging here. Pez taking a lot of damage, putting some heals up. Portal goes down from Medivh. Demarcon taking a lot of damage, getting a little shielding. Oh, but Tassadar on the back line gets picked off. General Confusion has to back off. Actually, pretty much all members here of not throwing have to back off. They're very, very low. Here comes Cho'Gall, bringing the heat. A nice bird form from Medivh helps him get out. Hoser's looking to catch some people with his laser, but doesn't catch much. In the meantime, though, mid, Sonya picking up the Dragon Knight, pushing mid. Let's see how much value we can get out of this push. Top tower down. Ah, thank you, Jason Hotz. You're hosting my stream with one viewer. I appreciate it. Jason is the man. Alright, so the Dragon Knight is getting very low now. About 10% has to back out. Sonya's in trouble. Sonya better booty bounce out. Butcher charging in. Lamb to the slaughter. Sonya will go down. Very well played from not throwing. They punished that Sonya for sticking around a little bit too long in the Dragon Knight. However, top lane, Screaming Weenies destroy this keep. Demarcon going in. Good wall from Tassadar. Cho'Gall's in trouble, but Tassadar does go down. Cho'Gall stasis. Very low, but still alive for the moment. A Leyline Seal coming down from not throwing. But they don't have enough follow-up. And now Jakebot's in trouble. I don't see Jakebot getting out of this. Jakebot's in trouble, and he goes down. And there goes Rhaegar. Alright. So we have 5 kills to 3. We have a large lead right now from Screaming Weenies. Let me see if if I can pull up some, at least some of these heroic talents. All right, so Cho'Gall has Shadow Bolt Volley. I'm sorry. Purification Salvo by the Phoenix. We have Hammer of Twilight, also by Cho'Gall. Wrath of Berserker by Sonya, and Crystal Aegis by
Soon the shrines shall awaken.
by the Ariel. Going over to not throwing. Lamb to the Slaughter by the Butcher. Ancestral Healing by Rhaegar. We have Leyline Seal by Medivh. Force Wall by Tassadar, and Gravitation Surge by the Zarya. In the top lane, we're just seeing this top lane push back a little bit by not throwing. Not throwing is down talents here. They need to hit 13. They want to match that up and be able to be competitive. Jakebot taking so much damage. Be careful, buddy. You need to figure that shit out. All right, so we have Cinnabons here with the Medivh taking this top tower altar, and that will secure the second Dragon Knight for Screaming Weenies. Phoenix in the Dragon Knight right now, pushing mid. This tower fort will go down fairly easily. There's a lot of pressure bottom from Cho'Gall, and this camp pushing in here. The gate and both the towers go down. Jakebot deciding he wants to chase. Medivh also in bird form, possibly causing some stuff. Jakebot getting very, very low. Has to back out. Oh, Jakebot. Oh, and gets nailed by the Cho'Gall ball. Demarcon going in, charging, stunning. Lamb to the Slaughter. Stasis from Cho'Gall. Cho'Gall is very low. Can he get a heal? No, Cho'Gall goes down. Medivh gets the kill on Cho'Gall. That's very big. That's a good play. That's exactly what not throwing needed. However, mid, Screaming Weenies. They're pushing the second keep. They already have the top keep down. Dragon Knight goes down. They get a significant amount of damage here on this mid keep. It only has about maybe 15% health left. We're going to see some camps possibly pick up here. Sonya's thinking about invading this bruiser camp, but it's too late. Demarcon and the rest of not throwing are going to take this camp, which is good. It's what they need. Taking a look in this lower lane, Sonya's going to put some pressure. Cinnabons is going to take out some of these minions, but could be found in a tight spot as 4 members of not throwing rotate. This Sonya is gone. Cinnabons. If Cinnabons gets out of this is a miracle. Trying to save Sonya. Sonya does go down. Tez now in trouble. A great wall by Tassadar. Well, maybe not. The wall may have missed. Phoenix is very much in trouble. It does go down. Cho'Gall is still alive, pushing mid, going top. Respond to this camp. But now we see a push from not throwing onto this bottom fort. Let's see how far they get. They get both towers and the gate and the walls. Jakebot taking 1 tower shot. Not too bad. Needs to join up with the rest of his team. 15 to 17. 2-level advantage. Well, less than 2 levels, but still, at this moment, 2-level advantage, a little less, going to Screaming Weenies. General Confusion is very low here, but still continues to go in, and Cho'Gall pop stasis. Probably can't keep it together. Cho'Gall does go down. Very, very low on Jakebot. General Confusion very, very low. Jakebot is caught and is taken out. So that is 2 for 1. Advantage going here to not throwing. They take out both the Cho and the Gall versus the Rhaegar is the only one lost for not throwing. Alright, so Temples are up. Cinnabons takes top. Bottom unclaimed at this point. We're going to go ahead and see the Bruiser Camp picked up here by Screaming Weenies, which is good. We see a rotation here onto the Siege Camp. Nope, no Siege Camp play at all. Directly to lane. Demarcon's going to go ahead and claim this bottom. Grabs it. A little bit alone, though, in a 1v3, and it will quickly be taken back by Cinnabons. In the top lane, General Confusion and Bad Drooly will take the top. Mid, Demarcon is guarding this turn-in. It's still a split right now, so not one team has the advantage to be able to take the Dragon Knight. But Demarcon is defending mid regardless. I'm going to see if I can pull up stacks for Butcher. Maybe not. Let me pull it up here. Okay, 230 stacks for Butcher. Butcher is stacked. That's a good thing. If you don't get stacked by 10 minutes, very rare that you will get stacked the entire game. Okay, Bruiser Camp picked up here from the Screaming Weenies. We see a big confrontation in the bottom lane. It's a 5v5 and a camp pushing for Screaming Weenies. I like to see not throwing back up here. They don't have anything necessary to lose until we get to the keep. This fort is already gone. They clear the camp, which is very good. I think they need to get back a little bit now. Alright, Cho'Gall backing out. There comes a wall. Lamb to the slaughter. Ariel in trouble. Stasis. Very nice ult by Phoenix. Butcher goes down. Ariel goes down. Sonya is on the back line. Ancestral comes out here onto the Tassadar, but Rhaegar drops. And Medivh in a lot of trouble here. Medivh will not make it out. Medivh also drops. And it's a 1 loss from Team Screaming Weenies. 3 members dropped from not throwing. And this game continues to favor the Screaming Weenies. Cho'Gall is taking a lot of damage. Needs to probably back out here. Decides to play it safe, which is good. Both of the temples and the shrines are claimed by Screaming Weenies. The Dragon Knight is being channeled here by Hoser and picked up. 30% life left on the core for not throwing. This could most likely be it. We have a full health Dragon Knight moving in on core. 5v5. All members alive right now. Cinnabon spinning for the win. General Confusion does drop. There goes Zarya, but Cho'Gall is very low. Cho'Gall has to back off. Jakebot drops back as well. However, game 1 will go to Screaming Weenies. Well played in game 1. Alright, I'm going to adjust the scoreboard. Screaming Weenies, 1 point. Alright. And now we're going to go into game 2. And in the meantime, I'll play some bumpers for you. Here we go. ladies and gentlemen, I have not set it up in my overlays, but we have a very special guest joining me at 3 a.m. in the morning. It is Jays on Hots. Jays on Hots, how are you doing today, sir?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. I want to say for the record, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Because, yes, it is now Mother's Day. Thanks for having me. Who else would be awake this time of night, really?
Well, I mean, it must be miscreants like myself, but, I appreciate you joining me, and happy Mother's Day to you as well, sir. Yeah, this is game
Proud
2.
mother of 2 cats,
Can you give us a quick description of your cats?
They're both gray and adorable.
I would love cats myself, but I'm allergic.
Oh, man, you're missing out. That's all right.
I am. When I was a kid, I had 2 cats because my parents apparently did not love me. So we still had cats even though I was allergic to them. And
Happy Mother's Day. My parents didn't love me.
Oh, I'm so sad right now. No, it's really funny too because my parents were also, my parents didn't have a whole lot of money. That's totally fine. But if you're gonna take a cat to the vet, you might want to spend $20 to get a cat carrier instead of having your son, who's allergic to cats, hold the cat in his lap as you go to the vet. So whenever we'd have to go to the vet, I'd hold the cat in my lap. My mom would be driving. The cat didn't want to be held, and so it would scratch me, and it was basically it was a cat-tastrophe.
Oh, boy. Here come the dad jokes. All right.
Whew. All right. Yeah, enough of this. Maybe we should go into game 2.
Maybe.
All right. So this is a replay of Screaming Weenies versus Not Throwing. This is game 2. Game 1 did go to Screaming Weenies, but let's see what happens in game 2. So I'm gonna switch over here to gameplay, and I'm gonna give a countdown timer to Jason so we can time it up at the same time. So are you at minus 28 seconds, sir?
I sure am.
All right. So I'm gonna count down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
All right.
All right, let's see how this goes. I'm going to try to hide this window. Here we go. Okay, excellent. So over here, for blue team, we have Screaming Weenies. We have Mewman13 on Malfurion. Hoser on Phoenix. We have a Grog Man on Samuro. We have Cinnabons on Cassia. And Pez on Chromie.
And on the right, your red team, Not Throwing. We're going to have Demarcon on the Gazlo, Ariana on the Nazebo, Bad Rudely on the Sylvanas, Gen Confusion on Probius, and our Commander-in-Chief, Archangel, on the Zol.
I didn't see Archangel in the last game, so it seems like he has come in on this game maybe to cause some trouble, maybe to rally the troops.
Well, 5 specialists comped over here. Maybe it's just for the lulz, man.
You are right. We do have 5 specialists. This is the dream team meme team. I love it. I've heard rumors that there's a list of comps, and they just roll a dice, and whatever it lands on, that's what they play.
Well, there you go. You better hope one of your specialists don't get banned out here. But Archangel already going in deep after Cinnabons in the mid. Human getting very low. Is he going to be the first casualty here? But it looks like for now he gets away just by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, man. That Malfurion Mewman taking a lot of damage. So in the top lane, we see Phoenix matching up here against Probius, which, Probius is underrepresented. But Probius does go down. First kill going over to Screaming Weenies as Phoenix does take down the Probius.
Yeah, a little PvP action in the top. That would be, of course, PvP styled by StarCraft standards, which of course is Protoss versus Protoss. And we see Phoenix definitely getting the better of that little probe.
Absolutely. And, a little bit of a side note here. I fired up StarCraft for the first time in about 4 years. And I realized that I'm awful at the game, and I need a lot more practice. So
All right, you, me, we're gonna do some co-op. We'll figure it out. But in the meantime, we've got camps being taken on both sides. Top lane abandoned here, so Probius gonna have his way with that top lane, and camps being taken as we head towards this first tribute.
Yeah, that is going to give a little bit of an XP advantage over to not throwing. Just, about maybe a quarter level. A little bit, but everything adds up in the race to 10.
And this is the problem, especially on a big map like this, when you're going against a comp like what not throwing has. We talk about it being a meme, but you can't just leave these specialists alone in lane. Probius already getting one of the cannon towers in top just from Samaru, just walking away just long enough to get that camp.
Absolutely. I'm going to ignore everything that you said, and I'm going to lower my game volume just by a little bit so we can hear more of you and less of the game sound.
That's fair. What I said wasn't that important anyway, but either way, we do have the tribute spawning here. And right away, it looks like everybody on the side of not throwing is actually rotating to this. I would expect a 5 siege comp to actually be more interested in sieging, but it's Samuro up on the top. But the huge combo coming in from Pez, gonna take out Sylv to start this off.
Oh my goodness. Probius is very low. General Confusion's got to kind of hang out on the backside, but has so many, well, I mean, we've got turrets down from Gazlo, you have turrets down from Probius. They're putting up a good defense, but there's so many members right now of not throwing that are so low. I don't see how they can stay in here and really contest this. They're about to go down. And so does Probius.
All the pushing power in the world, but no real sustain. The healing from Malfurion coming through in spades, the constant poke damage coming in from Cassia, and of course the Chromie. But actually the trade there, Phoenix going to be traded out for Zol as the members are starting to rotate back here from not throwing.
Absolutely. I mean, that's something you have to take a look at. When you're playing 5 specialists, you don't have a healer. You can't have sustained fights. It's not going to happen when you have a healer Malfurion, for the Screaming Weenies. They're going to win sustained fights just because they actually have someone who can keep your heroes up. So it's a little bit of the meme. If you're playing 5 specialists, you have no healer. There goes Sylvanas. It looks like
ends up falling on the back end as well. Cinnabon's doing a nice job of zoning, and the damage just coming in from Pez in spades.
Absolutely. And it looks like this tribute is going to go to Screaming Weenies. Number 1. We do have a level advantage, 8-7. Screaming Weenies have the XP advantage right now. You expect specialists to help push the lanes and give you this advantage as far as XP, but when you have 5 specialists, it really changes everything. Oh, Probius in trouble. General Confusion will escape in the top lane.
Yeah, some nice work done by the Rock Bros in addition to Samuro up here. We end up getting the top fort down for the side of Screaming Weenies. So that's something Probius is going to have to answer to. But not only the deaths, but that structure damage. Now we got about a 2-level lead here for Screaming Weenies as they are marching in towards that level 10 as the second tribute spawn.
Absolutely. And this, this Bruiser camp is picked up for Screaming Weenies. It'll push mid. It'll get probably taken down with the opposing camp from not throwing. I don't think we're going to see a lot of play here in the mid that really pushes on either structures, either of the structures here. I think both camps are going to get dissolved. However, over here on the siege camp, Gazlo does get taken down. General Confusion on Probius gets taken down as well.
The members of Screaming Weenies with a good, solid answer to this invade. 2 members of not throwing, trying to get in there and get the camp steal, but just too much power at that level advantage. And right now, just dominating is is the Grogman on the side lanes here.
Yeah, Archangel also falling into a lot of damage here from the Cassia. Cassia gets the kill onto the Zool. And here comes the next tribute. This will be Curse for Screaming Weenies if they do pick it up. And it looks
Gen
like
Confusion does step up to get the interrupt, but pays with his life. Cinnabon's coming out with the ball lightning. And just like that, that's going to be the first curse of the game, going over to Screaming Weenies.
a very bold move and very admirable, but in the end, pays for it with his life.
Twilight Dream coming out as Gazlo steps out a little bit too far. And that's going to be another kill. 12-2 on the counter right now. But it's really this curse and this push in the side lanes that they got to worry about here.
Yeah, a lot of kills on the side of Screaming Weenies right now. However, even though a curse is going on, Not Throwing is pushing the bottom lane. But they're sandwiched right now, and this is not going to go well. I can just tell you right now. And drops. There goes Nazebo. Nazebo not escape. We have... oh my goodness. Sylvanas is on the back line behind all of these structures trying to escape. Bad Rudely. Oh my goodness. What a dodge. Is Sylvanas going to get out of here? I think she might. She does.
The jukes from Bad Rudely coming out.
Oh my goodness, the jukes are real! And in chat, Bad Rudely says, how? Prez, sorry. How did I live? That was amazing. That was an amazing escape attempt. We're going to see a boss play happening right now from Screaming Weenies. They pick up their boss easily. Maybe they're going to possibly pressure the boss on the side of Not Throwing? I'm not sure. Let's see where they go.
Yeah, this could be the classic double boss play. Nazebo is in bot, clearing up this first boss, so advantage over to Screaming Weenies, as if they needed any more advantage in this matchup. But right away, the mage is coming out. Archangel getting very, very low there. Ball Lightning also coming out, but does get cleared out. And for right now, the Screaming Weenies have pushed Not Throwing out of this, and they might look the boss. But Bad Rudely in trouble. The Sabo coming out, taking down Darkmon to low health as well, and even the loop coming in, but Pez barely queuing those spells up a little bit too early there.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know how Archangel escaped that. It was by the skin of his teeth. He had like 10 health getting out of there. Very low on the side of Screaming Weenies though. Like there may be a re-engage. Oh, Grogman, super low. Boss is claimed by Screaming Weenies, however. Cinnabon's getting low, is going to try to back out of here. Demarcon taking a lot of damage from the Chromie. And the next tribute is going to spawn in about 22 seconds. Nazebo, however, getting some of the specialist push actually in this game. Pushing bottom, taking down the bottom fort, and then backing out. I'm not sure exactly where Arenia or Ariania is going to go.
Yeah, a little bit of a missed opportunity for Not Throwing, as they did have multiple members low of Screaming Weenies on that boss. They could have maybe looked to invade, but we may want to report the tank for Not Throwing for not going in on that one.
Boss getting cleaned up, as well as Malfurion and Cassia being dropped from Screaming Weenies. Killed by Not Throwing in this top lane. The keep stays up. The tribute is up, however. Hoser and Grogman are both channeling. Demarcon is holding his laser. Very nice interrupt.
Up. There it goes.
He held that laser for so long. That was great patience. Let's see if it pays off. Oh, there goes Probius. There goes the Gazlo. Archangel is chasing Grogman, but now Archangel is getting chased himself and does drop.
Yeah, the members of Not Throwing, and this is kind of what their strategy seems to be, is they're throwing their bodies into this map objective, They don't even care about giving up the kills at this point. They're just trying to stall so that the other members of Not Throwing can go out, get these camps, and get the split push rolling.
I really appreciate Not Throwing. They are dedicated to their comps. They get a kill on Sylvanas. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was hoping to see
Screaming Weenies gets a kill on Sylvanas.
I was hoping
My
to
bad.
see another magical escape there, but unfortunately it looked like he was well surrounded.
Yeah, that one escape, that might be the only escape that Sylvanas gets that's magical this match. You know, I appreciate all of the memes coming from Not Throwing, and it's I kind of feel like they're putting themselves at a disadvantage, and they're just rolling with it and having fun. And you know, it's something to think about.
No, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
Meanwhile, we do have Zol up in the top lane. So again, here's the strat. The members of Not Throwing are going to come in. They're going to prevent Screaming Weenies from being able to pick this up for free. They're stalling so the Zol can push in top. They're constantly interrupting. They're throwing bodies into it. It's fine. They're down the talent tier. They know they can't get this tribute. But if they get equal value in the other lanes, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, Demarcon drops on Gazlo. There goes the Nazebo. And now, bottom fort is taking a lot of damage, as well as getting that tribute.
But
So
in the top lane, Archangel split pushing with the Zol. He's going to get the top fort.
yep, he gets it for sure. Still at a disadvantage, though, level 17 to 15. And, you know, I apologize, but I don't think I even brought up the heroic abilities. So, for Screaming Weenies, we have Twilight Dream from Malfurion. We have Purification Salvo from Phoenix. We have Illusion Master here from Samuro. We have Ball Lightning from Cassia. And we have Temporal Loop from the Chromie.
Yeah, Not Throwing, picking up Gravo Bomb, Gargantuan, Wailing Arrow, Pylon Overcharge, and those Skeletal Mages.
Boss play right now from Screaming Weenies. They're going to grab this boss, but with possible invade from Not Throwing, I don't know if they can get there in time. This is going to be a big fight. Boss claimed by Screaming Weenies. Now a fight is all on top. Ball Lightning coming out, causing a lot of chaos on the side of Not Throwing. Oh my
I'll
goodness.
tell you, Weenies, I feel like Not Throwing could do a much better job contesting these bosses if they would just get their tank on the point.
Yep, absolutely. There goes Malfurion. There goes Phoenix. There goes Sylvanas and Gazlo.
You're not getting my joke there, but that's okay. They don't have a tank.
I'm sorry, I missed it. That is a really funny joke, and I think I'm glad that you told me that I missed it because it's fantastic. But it is a bloodbath. Like 7 heroes go down in that fight, but the boss is still launched from Screaming Weenies. If you're gonna have a whole bunch of heroes killed and you get the boss, that's a great advantage for Screaming Weenies.
At what point did Not Throwing get themselves a tribute here? I can't seem to remember. But,
Yeah.
they do have one trib.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. I don't remember that happening either. But it's on the board, so it must have happened.
It must have. But we do see level 20s coming in fairly soon here for Screaming Weenies. This is going to be a cursed point for them. They've got a decent amount of push on the top as well that the members of Not Throwing are going to have to deal with. I hope they have the wave clear for it.
Yeah, I mean, they have a Nazib. Yeah, as specialists, I think they do. Another joke. I got it that time. That time I was on top of it. Oh my goodness.
The double boss play once again. Screaming Weenies really putting it on this time. And again, we're going to have the collapse, but just not quite in time getting on the point. Archangel goes in pretty deep here. The Gravo Bomb actually pulls them into the stun. And wait a minute, what am I seeing?
Oh my goodness. Phoenix, Malfurion, Zul, Cassia, and Samuro all drop. It's a 4-man death here for Screaming Weenies. Huge advantage for Not Throwing. The boss, however, does go to Screaming Weenies. So you get a 4-for-1, but you lose the boss. And here's the second tribute picked up for not throwing. They gotta go back and defend this boss on this keep, right?
Yeah, definitely got to defend it. They do have a decent amount of damage to put onto this boss, but there's a good chance this is actually going to be really close. I think it is going to confirm the keep, but they should be able to clean it up no problem before it marches towards the core, and they'll be able to have most of their heroics available to contest this next tribute as well. They may not have Gravel Bomb, or it'll be really close, but looks like we're going to get our 5v5 level 20 fight to see who gets this last curse.
Absolutely. We have a couple unclaimed camps for Screaming Weenies. They're signaling that they want to pick them up if they can. We do see the Giants picked up by not throwing, and they're pushing, but they're probably going to get cleaned up rather quickly by this Cassia on Cinnabons.
Yeah, meanwhile, though, only 20 seconds for Cinnabons to rotate all the way to the top part of the map here. And look at the setup. You talk about turrets, you talk about these photon cannons, and I don't know, as Screaming Weenies walk into this situation, they're liable to get completely blown up here.
There is a lot of defense set up. I mean, Sylvanas does get taken down by Phoenix, but look at all this crap. There's so much crap in the way. Oh, there goes Samuro.
Oh, I cannot believe this. The ice block comes out. It's going to prevent the time loop from getting any value. Skeletal Mage is on the back end there. Cinnabons goes in deep. Is starting to get hit by all these turrets, though. The ball lightning being thrown all around.
Oh my goodness. Kaz gets taken out, but so does Zool and Probius. This defense is nutty and insane and magical. There goes Malfurion. This is why meme teams are played, for all of this goodness. There goes Nazebo. Demarcon on Gazlo is retreating. I think that this is probably going to be claimed here by Screaming Weenies. Phoenix jumps on it. That fight was nutty. That was
insane.
That was fantastic. And the curse is claimed by Screaming Weenies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you go into a match, and if you're Screaming Weenies, this is not what you bargained for. But they are getting everything they can handle out of this meme comp, and maybe a little bit more. The members are starting to come up, but this curse is not going to get the value they'd like. They lost 3 members in having to pick this up. And once again, you know, you talk about defensive pressure and wave clear. Not throwing is definitely going to be able to deal with this push.
Absolutely. We have about 30 seconds left on the curse, which is still a significant amount of time, but you know, with members down from Screaming Weenies, they're not able to push in as deep as they would like. Grogman is trying to get this mid keep down and will get it. We have 2 keeps now completely down for not throwing. They're trying to put as best as a defense as they can, but they only have 1 keep left.
And so the curse ends.
And just for the record, we have 32 kills from Screaming Weenies and only 14 from not throwing. So like we see how the kill counter is going. We're going to see a push in the bottom lane from Screaming Weenies onto not throwing. Can they defend this? What do you think?
Yeah, it's going to be a big task. What they have to try to do here is stall long enough to see another curse come out, and then they can try to push one of these lanes in and push the lanes back out in general with the use of that curse. But again, they definitely have a lot of solid wave clear. They can defend the core. But the question is, are they going to be able to push out long enough without the catapult pressure coming in from all 3 lanes now?
175 stacks from Nazebo. You know, Nazebo is a late game hero. So the more stacks he gets, the stronger he becomes. Actually, I actually can't see the number of stacks happening right now on Nazebo.
180 is what he's at right now.
Okay. Yeah, the overlays on outdated patches. Apparently, I don't have the right things loaded, but yeah,
No, it's not you, my friend. It's just the old replay thing.
Absolutely. All right, so Screaming Weenies do pick up their boss, but we're gonna see maybe some kind of a counterplay in the top lane with not throwing. I don't know. What are they doing up here? Are they setting up for their own boss?
They were looking to defend the double boss play, but Screaming Weenie is not going to go for the double boss. They're going to look for the pick on to Nazebo. And getting very low, Chromie will finish it off. And now they're just going to push with the original boss that they got first in the bot lane.
Oh, that was a great play. That was a great play by Chromie. Even with the ice block, still can't dodge. Is this it? Is this game?
Well, they clear the boss. The core is falling pretty rapidly. A lot of damage coming in from the Samuru and the Cassia. And
Zool drops, Gazlo drops, and, you know, we have Probius dropping as well. And there's Sylvanas. It's a 5-man wipe. This is Game 2 going to Screaming Weenies. Oh, wow. My goodness.
Just a few kills in that game, just 37 to 14. You know, no big deal.
That's it. That's all that happened. Oh my! it ain't nothing but a thing. All right, I'm okay. I'm gonna try to back up on the replay just a little bit so I can try to pull up some stats. Pause and stats. There we go. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see this, just because of this whole weird replay thing. But I'll tell you some stats. As far as healing, I don't know if it's going to be a surprise to you or not. I think
it probably went over to Screaming Weenies, right?
Yeah, it did because it's because they had a healer. Yeah, and so we had 40k healing by Malfurion. You know, it's actually 40k is not very high.
It's not much. It's not much for like a
22-minute game. Absolutely. But it's much higher than the 0 healing from Probius, who is apparently the only one on not throwing who qualifies as possible healing points.
Yeah, because he can do shielding if he takes certain talents.
Yeah, talents indeed. So looking just at, all right. So if we move over to hero damage, 45k from Chromie, Pez playing Chromie. That's a pretty high number. Very closely followed by Phoenix, also the same time on Screaming Weenies at 45.0k versus 45.5k. Nazebo putting out, you know, decent numbers, 35k hero damage, 144k siege damage. Nazebo really shined for not throwing, even though they didn't win, with the highlighted numbers of top siege damage at 144, top hero damage at 35.4k, and top XP at 18.7k. So this you know, it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I gotta give a lot of credit over to not throwing. Like, this was not by any means a stomp. Their comp worked for what they were trying to do. Probably the biggest weakness that they had was that they didn't have a reliable hero to be able to get onto these boss points to actually contest, because it was the bosses that got most of the work done in terms of the push potential for Screaming Weenies. You know, they didn't win team fights in a way that they could really take a big advantage and go in and siege and get work done, because there was just so much wave clear from the other members of not throwing. Even if it was just like 2 or 3 members down, they still had the tools to clear anything that Screaming Weenies was throwing at them.
Absolutely. And another thing to think about in this comp is there were no warriors in this game at all. Not on Screaming Weenies, no warriors on not throwing either.
Yeah. What is this?
What are we watching? It's fantastic.
So I guess this must be like map pick of Screaming Weenies, and they were saving their tank for last. And then when not throwing didn't pick a tank or a healer, they were like, screw it. We don't want a tank either.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, at least Screaming Weenies they picked up support, which I understand. When you're playing a comp that's for the memes where you're playing all specialists, there's no specialists that really have a lot of healing except for maybe Abathur.
Yeah, the solo support Abathur for sure. Yeah.
But it's, I mean, I
It
don't
was definitely a fun match to watch, no doubt about that.
yeah, especially when not throwing sets up like a huge barrage of like turrets both from Gazlo and from Probius.
Yeah, I mean that Curse Point tribute fight was maybe one of the most entertaining things I've ever seen in this game because it's like, you constantly think that like maybe on Infernal Shrines where you'll see a Gazlo or a Probius, they want to rotate to the shrine beforehand so they could set up all their turrets, and they knew that was Curse Point, and so both the Gazlo and the Probius go there, set up all their turrets and pylons and everything, and the members of Screaming Weenies just kept on walking into it like it was, trying to get into the Eyrie, and all the archers are shooting down at you. Like
it's like a tower defense game at that point. Like absolutely, that was that was a lot of fun to watch. I'm so glad that this team, not throwing, even though they may be throwing or maybe not. I think the team is like a little bit of meaning behind their name is we're not throwing. Like we're gonna have these weird comps. We're not throwing, but we're gonna try as hard as we can with this comp, and it's gonna be fun either way.
it might look like we're throwing, but we're not doing it on purpose. We're trying our hardest.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. that was a lot of fun to watch. I think.
All right, now let's get Ark in here for an interview. No, I'm kidding.
I know. Yeah, like can we get someone in here? Actually, I don't think anyone's on, so because it's a replay.
Damn. Well, you mean they're not available for interviews at 4 a.m.? What the hell?
I know. Like, I mean, they should be available 24/7. Like, I think that's how this should work. Jason, you are the man. I really enjoy watching all of your casts. You have a very good insight into what's actually happening because you have a very good sense of both the characters, the gameplay, and the meta, and I appreciate it. I really enjoy your casts, and I think people who are looking to get into casting, you should watch what Jason does because he has a very laid-back style, but at the same time, he has a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, and calls things in a very in a way that's easy to follow. So I just want to say thank you, Jason, for joining me in this game too. You can follow Jason on Twitch at twitch.tv/JasonHots. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me come in here. I was just so surprised to see you on here so late. I was like, man, that looks like a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't really realize what I was getting into, exactly how amazing that match was going to be. But yeah, thanks for having me, and it was a good time. I really enjoy a lot of your casting, whether you're co-casting or just casting solo. You're a very entertaining guy to be able to watch and listen to. So,
well, I appreciate
it's fun. We'll have to do this again.
I appreciate that, and Jason, just for the record, I've been a little bit down because the last two casts, there's been technical issues, and it's kind of made me a little bit sad. So I decided, I'm like, all right, we're gonna rise above. We're gonna figure out these issues, and we're gonna make some good casts on top of that, and hopefully give some people some good content. So you have inspired me to get back into it, and instead of being down about some things that didn't work out so well, coming on top of it and moving forward and doing better next time. So I appreciate that from you. And also on Twitter, where is it? Jason at Jason Hots on Twitter.
Yeah, it's Jason Hots everywhere. But yeah, I mean,
all the time.
It's kind of, yeah, it's Well, I had to pick a name that was the same across the board, right?
Well, I mean,
YouTube, everywhere, but
yep, absolutely. Is there a JSON, like, so we have JSON HOTS? Is there a JSON something else somewhere?
I don't know.
Not
That's a
yet.
good question.
Maybe in the
I gotta
future.
figure it out.
Absolutely. All right.
I'll have to spawn the next JSON somehow.
I love it. All right, and I'm Moist Weenus. You can follow my useless Twitter posts if you like at Moist Weenus, twitch.tv/Moist Weenus. I'll probably do some more of these replay casts if I have some time on the weekends and if I've had a few drinks. So I hope you don't. No offense. I hope you aren't offended by anything that I have said. Jason, of course, is unapproachable because he's the man. Thank you, and maybe we'll see you next time.
Bye.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Toodaloo.